Good morning, MACA. We hope you guys are having a great day today. We will now send over, as usual, to Jason and... Oh wait, sorry guys. Timmy is not here today, unfortunately. He's not feeling well. We hope you guys are not too hurt by that, but it's okay because we have Jason and he's going to pick it up for both sides, so he's going to go extra hard today. So we're going to send over to Jason and Timmy right now. Or Jason.
Good morning. I'm alone. Timmy's not here. He's sick, so hopefully he gets better. My guest co-host didn't show up, so you just have me. Good morning. So let's dive into this here. So speaking of dive, the word of the day is divest. You know what that means? It means to deprive or dispossess, especially of property, authority, or title. So it's like to take away something. So there you go. He's divest today. Like I was divested of my co-host. There you go. That's how you use it. Oh my. I don't have anyone to react to my pun of the day. I don't even get it. Exchanging saltwater recipes is a case of the brined leading the brine. I guess because saltwater is like brine, and then you got, it's like blind, but it's brined. Take it or leave it. I don't really. It's a pun, so it's pretty bad already. And then, that's just a worse pun. Ah! There's my co-host!
Hello!
Get over here, Connor! I was dying. I was looking over and I got nobody to... Okay, let's jump right back into this. So, let's catch you up. We talked about the word of the day, divest.
Divest.
Which is like to deprive or dispossess, especially of property or authority. So, Timmy was divested of his co-host status.
Ooh.
And replaced with you.
Wow.
For today.
That's
there you go.
Relative. Really relative.
And then let's see if you get the pun of the day. Exchanging saltwater recipes is a case of the brined leading the brined. Yeah. It's pretty bad.
I kind of get it, but
it's like really forced.
Yeah.
And you have to like...
You have to know
really,
what brine is and think about it a bit.
So,
exchange
don't worry if you didn't understand it. If you did, though, leave a comment below. Thanks, Timmy. Left a comment, so...
Perfect.
Still following. Okay, so now we got the quote of the day. I thought this one's pretty neat. This is Winston Churchill.
Ooh.
Kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. Think about that.
Wow, Churchill flying.
There you go. Churchill's a...
He's not Benjamin Franklin, but he's flying kites.
Yeah, there you go. So, Connor, do you know what today is?
Today is February 2nd.
You know what that means? You know what that means, Connor?
What?
It's Groundhog Day.
Oh boy.
You know what Groundhog Day is, right?
Yeah.
It's where Puxatawny Phil comes out and predicts the weather. So on the official site, groundhog.org, from the Puxatawny Groundhog Club,
Ooh.
it says on their site that Puxatawny Phil is the only true weather forecasting groundhog. And the others are just imposters. But I think they're still interesting to look at. I found an article talking about some other ones.
Oh.
So let's take a look at these. The first one's Staten Island Chuck. So he lives in the New York Staten Island Zoo. He's a bit grumpy, apparently.
Oh.
In 2009, the moody rodents bit former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg on the finger as the official reached into his cottage to bring him on stage.
Wow.
And then, in 2014, the New York Mayor Bill de Blasio dropped the animal who had been secretly replaced with his granddaughter Charlotte.
Oh boy.
Ah, so it was a scandal.
Of course.
Scandalous replacement of
Groundhog.
Chuck, formerly known as Charles G. Hogg.
Wow.
There you go. Days later, Charlotte died, though the zoo said it was unlikely the fall caused the death. So that's a sad.
They could
ending.
have killed Chuck, but they killed the grandmother.
Well, let's go on to another one. Jimmy the Groundhog. Sounds friendly enough.
Well, we have
But
another
he's
biter.
not. Yeah, he bit Mayor Jonathan something. Friend. We'll call him Friend. Jonathan Friend.
He's my friend.
He was trying to listen to the groundhog, right? And then the groundhog bit his ear.
Ooh.
And they got a picture here, and it looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
Although it probably wasn't. But it's like.
Looks like a scene from.
It's
Home
from
Alone.
like 3 years ago, so.
It'll
It's
heal.
funny.
It'll heal.
I think it's funny. But yeah. So then they shut that ceremony down, and then in 2016 they brought Jimmy back. They released him in a while, and they got Jimmy back. So Jimmy's still around, but now he's kept in a cage. They don't pull him up to their ear because they don't want him to bite him again.
Like a seashell, just listening to it.
Yeah.
What did you tell me, Jimmy?
Listening to the ocean, listening to the weather forecast.
Jimmy's.
Wouldn't that be interesting if you could just pick up like a seashell and then listen to the weather forecast through there? It's like.
What kind of voice would it be? Like, would that change?
It sound like
for
the
a
ocean.
What
It'd be
voice
like-
does the ocean have?
It's
It's like Morse code, so it has to have like certain
Yeah,
rhythm to say that the temperature. So it has to do like 39 waves. It'll tell you 39 degrees.
Next we got Buckeye Chuck. He lives in Ohio, and he was declared the state's official Groundhog Day representative in 1979. No biting stories with that guy.
Boring.
Pretty chill. You got General Beauregard Lee from University of Georgia. Oh wait, no. He moved to Sunset Trails Nature Center in Jackson, Georgia, right? Yeah, Georgia. Yeah, it is in Georgia. And then he received honorary doctorates from the University of Georgia for weather prognostication, and at Georgia State University for Southern Groundology.
Wow.
There you go. So there's a trivia fact for you. A groundhog has received 2 doctorates. Wow.
Makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
0 doctorates.
Yeah. I mean, they're honorary doctorates, so
True, but
I don't know how much that means. But it has a doctorate, so...
if a groundhog can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
That's the motivation of the day.
Yeah. If a groundhog can get a doctorate, you can finish that test today. Go ace it. I have a test today. Do you have a test today? Yeah. Test buddies.
Ooh.
Next we got Chattanooga Chuck.
Ooh.
He's from the Tennessee Aquarium. He's lived there for 7 years. It says, but when it comes to making his weather predictions, Chuck gets plenty of assistance.
Oh.
So they got all kinds of people there that help out Chattanooga Chuck. And then here we got Dunkirk Dave.
Oh boy.
So apparently everyone in you wanna give that a try? Chautauqua County in New York. Apparently everyone in Chautauqua County, New York knows Dunkirk Dave.
Wow.
It's a female groundhog whose non-stage name is Sidewinder,
Ooh.
and rose to fame after she was featured in an article in the Dunkirk Evening Observer. So there you go.
Yeah.
And the last one on this list is Thistle the Whistle Pig. So this one started in 2016 when it was 8 months old, and it's still going. So there's some other groundhogs to.
Yep.
So if you don't trust Puxatawny Phil, because he's supposed to be like 131.
Jeez.
He's pretty old, so you got some younger faces in the crowd too.
Right. They might bite you, but
it was 8 months old in 2016. It's gonna be like 2.5 years old now, right?
that's how math works, right?
Leave a comment.
Do the math for us.
Quick maths. Now, here's some facts from the Puxatawny Groundhog Day, the Puxatawny Groundhog Club.
I see.
They have an about page, and here's some facts. The first fact, they say Puxatawny Phil is the only true weather forecasting groundhog.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about you, but I think we just debunked that.
Right.
I think we found some other groundhogs.
That's like.
I don't know about Jimmy. He's less reliable. But
A little bit.
Thistle the Whistle Pig.
That's a name to keep.
That I think.
And groundhog.
I think I'm gonna check him out.
Right. Yeah. Find your preference.
There you go. Yeah. There's only been one Puxatawny Phil. Puxatawny Phil gets his longevity from drinking groundhog punch. It's a secret recipe. One sip, which is administered every summer at the groundhog picnic, gives him 7 more years of life. Puxatawny Phil is at least 131 years old. Hold up. If it's every summer, it gives him 7 more years of life. That would mean after 1 year, it's 7 years.
Right.
2 years is 14. If it's been every picnic for 131 years, that's 7 times 131. So he's gonna live.
Like 817.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
No, wait. 900. Yeah, 917.
Wow.
Carry that too.
So, in case you were wondering, he ain't going anywhere.
You gotta try some of that for me.
Yeah.
It's tailored
Well,
to humans.
it is groundhog punch, so it might only work for groundhogs.
But it might give me the predictability of a
I
groundhog.
wonder if other groundhogs ever like come to Phil and they're like, "Hey, can I get a sip of that?" And
Got
he's
the
like,
good stuff.
"It's like, no, this is for me."
I'm the only true weather foretelling groundhog.
Yeah. Wonder if Thistle Whistle Pig ever's gonna go up to Phil.
If he takes
and
a
like,
sip of that, he's good.
Yo, there you go. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We got on February 2nd, Phil comes out of his burrow on Gobbler's Knob in front of thousands of faithful followers all over the world to predict the weather for the rest of the winter. So I watched that this morning, and I believe the announcements will tell us what the results is. So
if it's
look
more
forward
winter,
to that.
I swear,
Yeah.
no one wants winter.
According to legend, if Puxatawny Phil sees a shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If he does not see a shadow, there will be an early spring. So that's pretty much how the tradition works. These guys in big, tall, black top hats, they go up to him and stare at him for like a minute or two, whisper to him, and then they pull out this scroll. At least they did, and then they read it. It's interesting.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Here's one other interesting fact. This has nothing to do with Groundhog Day. I just found this and I thought it was pretty interesting. What do you think the odds are of being killed by lightning? Don't look at my cheat sheet.
Oh, man, let me think. Killed by being directly
Lightning.
struck
By lightning.
Alright. I'd probably have to say like 1 in a million.
1 in 2 million. You're close. You're halfway there. What about a car crash?
I have to say it's more than that, because if you think about it, we're in cars much more than there are lightning storms.
Yeah.
So I'd say probably like 1 in 500,000.
Actually, it's 1 in 5,000.
Wow. I
Pretty
underestimated
scary.
that. This happened.
So, there you go. What about killed by falling out of bed?
Oh boy. Sometimes I feel like that. In fact, that could have been me today. So.
Actually, it's the same as lightning.
Really?
2 million. You're as equally likely to get killed by lightning as you are to die from falling out of bed.
So yeah, roll out that bed.
So, be safe when you're getting up in the morning. What about in a plane crash?
Plane crash.
You know those planes up in the sky, they're so dangerous.
Probably like 10,000, I'd say.
1 in 25 million.
Oh, whoa.
You're like, what, like 15 times, like 12 times more likely to die by getting struck by lightning than to die in a plane crash.
So you'll be struck 12 times, I'd like.
So trust your planes. They're pretty safe. Well, that's all for the morning show. I'm glad you guys could join us. We're going to turn it over to Will with the morning announcements, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good morning, MACA. Today I'm joined by Joe. Joe's going to help me out today. He's in kindergarten. So Joe, you want to start us off?
Good morning, MACA.
Today is Friday, February 2nd, 2018. What's the national day today?
Groundhog Day.
That's right, it's National Groundhog Day, and at sunrise today, Phil saw his shadow, which means there is 6 more weeks of winter. So if you like snow, a lot, that's good for you. If you want to be warmer, unfortunately, sorry, there's only 6 more weeks, so you have to wait. So in general announcements, it's the first Friday of the month, right, Joe? Yeah, it is the first Friday. That means it's a dress down day for everyone. We hope you guys remember that and are dressed down for today. So we're going to send it over to Austin with the sports.
In MACA sports news, today's practice schedule: middle school girls basketball practice from 3:30 to 5 at the in the MACA gym. Today's game schedule: girls and guys varsity basketball teams both have games today at New Life at 5 and 7.
Local sports news: yesterday the Wizards defeated the Raptors 122 to 119, and Wednesday the Capitals defeated the Flyers 5 to 3.
Now let's send it back over to Will.
No MACA birthdays.
That's right. Unfortunately, there's no MACA birthdays happening today. But today's Bible verse is 1 Peter 2:9, which says, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for God's own passion, so that you may proclaim the excellencies of Him who has called you out of darkness into His marvelous light." Now, MACA, we will now stand for the pledges. Oh, sorry. We will now go to the weather with Michael.
Thanks, Will.
Today is a high of 28 and a low of 15.
Send it back over to Will.
All right, now we will stand for the pledges. Thank you for those great weather announcements, Michael and Vince. American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Christian flag.
I pledge allegiance to the Christian flag and to the Savior for which kingdom stands, one Savior crucified, risen and coming again, with life and liberty to all who believe.
The Bible.
I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. On my eyes, words in my heart that relate not to the time.
I'll be rooted in love today.
Now we love today.
That's right.